I'll boldly assume that we all have dreams. And if you make them into a goal, which means being specific about when and what you want to achieve, I'm convinced that you can make them come true. But it will also take another thing, the willingness to pay the price by putting in the work. But the world around you is full of excuses. There are other tasks and responsibilities you need to do, and even goals interfering with another goal. Sometimes a task seems so intimidating that you don't even know where to start. This way, week after week passes without you taking action. And I know that for me as well. I simply start to lose track of the progress and I can't get a foot in the door. And I want to be honest with you. That feeling of not getting forward is extremely painful because I know I can and I know I should. I want to move towards the things I set up for myself, and I want to focus on the things that are most important to me. There are so many things to do, but I want to take a step back. For the last 21 days, I have decided to work on Goals and Crows, this YouTube channel, every single day. It's a priority to me, but saying that was not enough. I realized that I also needed to act. So I vowed I'd find the time to do something for this channel. No matter how my day would look like, I would be able to schedule it in. After doing something for 21 days, your brain forms a new habit. And I want to share how this affected me and how it's going to help you. So let's see how working daily on my dream played out. The first thing I noticed very quickly was that my self-esteem grew. And I felt much better about myself. When I went to bed, I felt good about myself. I knew I did something that day. And it felt amazing. I knew I gave it my best shot. And you know what? You can't do everything. That's impossible. But you can seek something that helps you to move forward. It was a little bit like a seed. You can't see it all the time. It's even invisible most of the time, for it's simply covered by dirt. But you need to nurture it. You need to take care of it if you want to see it sprout. I appreciated my work and felt good about the day. And that was really worth it. Seeing this growth is much more than just motivation. It's touching, it's powerful, and you know there are two parts. You want to achieve your goals, and the other one is the growth itself, which is also exciting. In order to be able to actually do it, I had to remove all kinds of friction that I could remove. For example, my materials needed to be easily accessible, so that I could just sit down at my desk and start working. And start doing something. I had to be very specific about what I wanted to do. Before I even sat down, I had to know what I wanted to do, what my plan was, a simple strategy, and also how I could make use of every minute available. And by doing this, making the thing that excites you so much easily accessible, you can work on it every day. It's now possible. Here's what I learned about resistance. By working on that dream every single day of the week, you move from an amateur who wants something but is just stumbling around to a professional, somebody who's consistently aiming at the things he wants. Of course, this is not my full-time job, but I can now work in many different sessions as opposed to one huge session a week that makes it very hard to concentrate. And by working on it every day, I now had new ideas that I could bring to the table, instead of just working one session per week, or let's say a few times per week. Now I was more likely to act upon these ideas, simply try out what worked and make improvements, even if they were subtle. Now my subconscious mind was actively involved in this project, solving problems even while I was not even consciously thinking about them. Apart from solving problems, I came up with new and creative ideas. And I also developed new strategies that I could now act upon. This was probably the most important part of this project. My priorities changed. This channel is very important to me, but now my actions are proof, and I believe that it is even more important. And it also became an important part of my life, because I do it every single day. I've already made a list of my priorities, but acting accordingly made it so much more meaningful. By developing this habit, I'm now finally making the progress I wanted to see, at least from my side. I haven't uploaded my first video yet, so I don't know how the response is going to be. But I know one thing, I'm consistently putting in the work. Now my work is so much more enjoyable. It's no longer just a cram session where I try to get everything done I need to get done. I intentionally pick what I want to do. I take care of it, and I can do so every single day. Now it's so clear, so important, and such an essential part of my life. Now that we've got that settled, I want to tell you why I started this and why I believe you should too. Apart from all the other benefits that I just mentioned, this is the reason why I started doing this. Because I quite frankly didn't even know about them. What I did know was that I had to do something every single day in order to see if I really enjoyed it. And that doesn't just mean having fun at it. It can and it will be hard. It will be difficult at times, and you will feel like quitting. It's not always easy, but you can see whether it's worth doing. And in my case, I want to do this. This is how to find out whether it's worth pursuing this dream. Do you feel lost in life? Do you have a problem and can't decide how to move on? Or simply don't know how to decide between different options? Try this out. Plan ahead of time. Chop giant tasks down to manageable steps. Use your subconscious mind and work on your dream every single day. If you can manage to get through the 21 days, you have now surpassed the problems that normally arise whenever wanting to develop a new habit. You can now see that it's either becoming a lot more than just a wish, or, and that's also okay, that you don't want to pursue it, but only do so when having tried it out, as to not quit, even though it may just be the thing you need to do. And please promise me one thing. Don't just focus on tomorrow. Take action right now. I hope to see you soon.